The topic I chose was from Chapter 6, The Need to Justify Our Actions. I chose the concept of cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance is the discomfort that people feel when they behave in a way that threatens their self esteem. The three ways to reduce dissonance, they are by changing behavior to bring it in line with the dissonant cognition, or by attempting to justify our behavior through changing one of the cognition. Lastly, by attempting to justify our behavior by adding new cognitions. Everyone chooses one of these when cognitive dissonance occurs. The current event I chose was wearing a seatbelt. This is something that we should all do, but not everyone does. It has been proven that for safety, you should always wear your seatbelt when you're in a car. Most people do this sometimes, but when you're in a hurry and trying to get somewhere fast, you just jump in the car and drive and don't think about putting on your seatbelt. You might not have any problems with that, or maybe just one time you may wish you wore your seatbelt. You may have a cognitive dissonance and need to figure it out how to deal with it. The history of seatbelts is important because we really haven't always known how important it is to wear a seatbelt. In 1950, the first factory installed seatbelts in a car. They found research that showed that car accidents was causing head trauma, so they thought the seatbelt would stop this. The first seatbelt law was in 1968, requiring manufacturers to put seatbelts in cars. In 1984, New York was the first state to have a seatbelt law, requiring drivers to wear a seatbelt. Car crash fatality rates are almost as half of what it was in 1976. Today, seatbelts have changed with evidence of how important they are to our safety. All states but one state have a click it or ticket law, and I'm sure that state will jump on the bandwagon soon. It is proven to have it is proven to save lives and prevent ejection from cars causing more injuries. Most drivers and passengers are killed in crashes, are unrestrained, and are thrown out of the vehicle when they are in an accident. So it should be common sense to wear your seatbelt. The first way to reduce dissonance about not wearing a seatbelt is the most direct way. It is to change the behavior and start wearing the seatbelt. If you don't like the way it makes you feel inside when you wear the seatbelt, simply put the seatbelt on and you can ease your mind to know that you're safe. We know that not wearing your seatbelt is against the law and you can get seriously hurt or even die if you don't wear it. So this should be the obvious choice. The second way to reduce dissonance about not wearing a seatbelt is by just attempting to justify our behavior through changing one of the dissonant cognitions. People do this by justifying their behavior. They may say something like, well, the percentage of the people that die during an accident when they aren't wearing their seatbelt is small. I don't think it will really matter if I don't wear my seatbelt. So they change one of the dissonant cognitions by believing that not wearing a seatbelt is not harmful, or at least it's not as harmful as the research has shown. The third way to reduce dissonance about not wearing a seatbelt is by attempting to justify our behavior by adding new cognitions. A lot of people will say things like, well, I didn't wear a seatbelt when I was little, and look, I'm still alive. or maybe if I wreck, I would need to get out of the vehicle quick and it might pin me into the car. These are ways people justify their behavior and reduce deaths. They could also try and drive it. They could also try to divert it and say things like motorcycles are a lot more dangerous than not wearing a seatbelt, and I don't ride motorcycles. In conclusion, many people have different ideas about wearing a seatbelt. They know the dangers, but will do anything to reduce deaths about not wearing a seatbelt. People will try to rationalize their actions and interpret the fact to benefit them most. Most of the people think most of the people most of the people's thinking is not rational, but rationalizing the wear of a seatbelt is just one of the examples of this. The concept of cognitive dissonance is felt by a lot of people a lot of times. So don't feel the need to justify your behavior. What strategy would you use to reduce dissonance in the future? You may use all three depending on the situation you are in. Thank you.